with a weather alert. Severe storms on their way to the Kansas City metro right now. Strong winds, rain, and hail, all possibilities with this storm.
And to break it all down on how it's developing and where it is and when it's going to get here, Chief Meteorologist Gary Lezak tracking these severe storms. And you said this is building and heading our way.
As you saw about an hour ago, there was almost nothing. These thunderstorms have just exploded, and they're definitely heading towards Kansas City. Our weather team is here. Meteorologist J.D. Rudd is here, and we've got some concerns about tonight.
We're watching a lot of different dynamics and variables that are happening. Things are going to rapidly occur as we go through the afternoon, so you got to make sure you stay with us today.
That's right. So this could be all types of severe weather are possible. Tornado watch is in effect west. We're going to go over the details on that in a few minutes. And we do have 6 p.m. to midnight. The thunderstorms will be increasing and possibly becoming quite severe in our area. So let me take you through it, and we're going to get to our storm chase crews as well. Sky Trekker's out, and meteorologist Jeff Penner is out as well. As you can see, we do have the risk of severe weather developing tonight. All right, here's what's going on. Look at all these thunderstorms. We had an outflow boundary of cooler air that came in, but now the sun has been out. It's destabilizing. The thunderstorms heading towards Kansas City are not as strong as they are just to the west of Kansas City. This is our hail scope showing the hail core moving into Manhattan, Kansas right now. Apparently, the university is being told to take cover as this cell moves into that area. More on that in just a second. Closer into Kansas City, we have a thunderstorm which is just south of Paola and north of Lacine. It's sort of multicellular. It's not really blossoming into a major supercell thunderstorm, but you can see it's tracking northeast just south of Highway 169 and west of 69 Highway. It'll be approaching as we look at weather track radar. Paola right now, Spring Hill by 4:32, Stanley by 4:56, and Overland Park by 5:24 p.m. So this is the risk, biggest risk to the west, but we are in it. More on that in a minute. Let's go over to J.D. Tell us about the watches warnings. We have a couple tornado warnings out west.
Yeah, some activity for sure happening just off to our west. And the bigger scope right now, just outside of Metro Kansas City, an active tornado watch until 9 o'clock tonight for the counties you see there in orange. As far as the active warnings go, in yellow, severe thunderstorm warnings, and in red, just south of Manhattan, the tornado warning is in place. One of the reasons why they're asking those at the K-State campus to seek shelter now. That storm may be producing a tornado in a moment's notice. And as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of the setup for today. Rapid development of these showers and thunderstorms, and they can change in a hurry, so make sure you heed any and all warnings. Of course, we'll be here all night long if needed to track all these storms as they move into the area.
Yeah, J.D., this is just our first round of thunderstorms. The risk extends all the way down to Dallas, Texas. When you're in the red, this is a moderate risk, 60% chance of severe within 25 miles of each point, so that's a pretty significant risk. We are in the enhanced risk, which is still a 45% chance, including Kansas City, a little bit lower chance off to the east and north, but there could be some very heavy rain as well. Now, out in the field right now, by the way, these are the risks tonight. Tornado, damaging winds and damaging hail like we had earlier, the most likely, and then possibly some flooding as well. So quite a night is underway. Jeff Penner's out. We got our storm chase crews out there. Jeff, where are you located? You see these thunderstorms are getting pretty big.
Yeah, we're heading down I-35, Gary. We're just southwest of Gardner, and we have been under the anvils. The anvils were already spread north up towards Olathe, and now we're starting to see some dark clouds on the horizon, perhaps the bases of some of those thunderstorms. We're heading right towards the thunderstorm southwest of Emporia. So right now, no rain, but it's definitely as we get further and further southwest. Time, Gary.
All right, where are you located right now? You said you're south of Gardner?
Yeah, we're just southwest of Gardner, heading southwest on I-35. So that thunderstorm that's right southwest of Emporia and heading towards Ottawa, hopefully we'll be getting closer to that over the next hour.
All right, so be careful. We'll check back in with you in about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Gary. All
right, meteorologist Jeff Penner out storm chasing. Our other crews are out west on I-70 as well. These are the cells coming up 169, but there's other ones back to the west we're watching as well. So Krista, Justin, no tornado warnings for our area, but there is one for the K-State campus right now.
Yeah, we're watching that very closely. Thank you, Gary. Sedalia, Missouri hit with some storm damage earlier today. Take a look at these blown down trees by heavy winds, some branches also hitting homes in Sedalia. It's going to take a long time to clean up from some of these storms there. A large part of the roof at the Tolman Company in Sedalia blown off. landed in a nearby field. No one was hurt. We had reports of hail all over the metro this morning. Check out this video from a viewer. They sent this video of it hailing to us. This is at KCI. There were reports of nickel-sized hail all the way to tennis ball-sized hail in some parts of the metro. Luckily, no damage reported.
Oklahoma also expecting severe weather this evening. There's a serious concern that dangerous, violent tornadoes could sweep across the state. The Now's Todd Walker is live in Oklahoma City, where they're already taking precautions. Todd.
Yeah, they have 2 school districts here in Oklahoma let out early today in anticipation of these storms, although it looks like the forecast for this area has pushed back a little bit. The background's a little bit deceptive here. We've got clear skies currently over us right now. I don't know if you can see behind me right now. We do have some windsurfers out there because the wind is picking up here in Oklahoma City. But I wanted to point out as well, you guys are tracking some tornado warnings up near Manhattan, Kansas. There is another one that was a confirmed tornado in south central Kansas, about 9 miles south of Conway Springs, that was spotted about 3:53 this afternoon. It's created a tornado warning until 4:45 tonight for south central Kansas, just across the Oklahoma line here. So these storms are already popping across the state line. They're expecting it to begin here in Oklahoma around 5 o'clock this evening. That's when my storm models have it moving through. And so they're definitely taking precautions, because some of the predictions I've heard for this area are baseball, one prediction up to grapefruit size hail. So that is significant damage that those can cause, and significant injury. So they're obviously taking a lot of precautions for this, waiting and watching to see what's going to happen as these storms move through this area. We'll be back in a little bit with an update on the weather happening here in Oklahoma as you guys track it in your area as well. We're live in Oklahoma City. I'm Todd Walker for the Now KC.
All over the Midwest. Thank you, Todd. And the best thing you can do when severe weather hits is have a plan. The Now's Tara Hall is here with some things you can do right now to try to keep safe during this weather tonight.
Yeah, plan ahead. Don't wait until something's dropping out of the sky. So number one, you need to have an idea of where to go when severe weather hits, whether that's in your basement or to a nearby storm shelter. Now, one thing that you need to have definitely is a backpack filled with all kinds of really good stuff that's going to help keep you safe and comfortable. So like things like maybe a severe weather radio, a flashlight, some water, first aid kit, and then of course keeping all those medical records that are really important just in case something does happen or you're not able to get back home. Another thing that could be really useful, a whistle. This is going to be helpful if you're stuck, say, in some rubble after a storm. It'll help rescuers come and find you. And then of course you want to put all of this into practice. Do a tornado drill at least once a year with your family, knowing exactly what to do if severe weather hits. It could end up saving your life.
Yeah, something that maybe feels a little silly when you're doing it. A lot of families probably don't do it, but like you said, it could be a lifesaver.
It will be.
Thank you, Tara. Krista?
It's good advice for the kids too, to kind of walk them through it in more of a calm way. Now I want to show you something. I've got my phone here up on the screen. I want to show you the Storm Shield app and how it works. Folks, I love this app, anyone who talks to me. So I want to show you how this works. Right now, the only city I have programmed is Kansas City. So I'm going to just zoom around on this. You can see my pin is in Kansas City, and you can see all the activity heading here. I'm going to walk you through adding a location. I'm going to add Gardner because I know that something is heading that way. You're going to go to Manage Locations. You hit this plus sign right up here, and then I can add and type in Gardner, and then drop my Kansas drop down. It's down on the bottom, which you can't see, but it's happening. And I'm going to add the pin for Gardner, Kansas. I'm going to set location. And then what's going to happen is, there you see it added. When I go back to the radar, there's my Gardner pin. And what will happen is any alert, do you see this alert right up here? Any alert that comes up for that pin will show up now and alert me on my phone like a weather radio. You can register 5 different locations. I have my kids' school, my home, work, my family members sometimes I put in there. And you just watch this as it comes in. You watch the radar. I love it. It's Storm Shield. It costs $2.99. It's on your app store right now. You can also get the KSHB mobile app as well, but this one gives you more resources for sure for those weather alert radio stuff. McConnell Air Force Base officials are evacuating